Here we are back for another Golf Clash tutorial, Glenmonarch Estate, hole 3, par 5. And let's take a look at what we have here. 9.7, I'll usually do, especially when I go into overpower, a little bit extra on my adjustment. So that is a 10% extra adjustment. And what I like to do on this hole is try to bend it around the corner. Here you can see that I'm setting up for about 5 or so topspin. You do want to watch the left-hand side a little bit. Here you can see right around maybe 7 rings or so, right about here. And I'll usually go relatively max. That may, with that great ball, push it out very close, a little bit closer than I want on that edge. What I'll usually try to do is try to just kind of center it down there, keep it on the left. But there you can see that fortunately that ball's able to hang on and cut up through there. And what I'll recommend for you guys to do on this hole, especially for the approach, is it's going to be kind of wind specific the way that I play it. You know, I might go for the green. I might, just try to position it right at the end of the fairway. So it really is going to be dictated by the type of wind that we get as to how to proceed forward with this next shot. Here you can see we get a tailwind. Now, the way that I typically like to do it, it looks like I, don't really have the length on my drive to do it. I like to land it up here with backspin, and I really don't think that's going to be a possibility, unfortunately. So what you'll probably see me try to do is maybe land it right up in here somewhere with a little bit of curl. So I'm going to need to come off of some power. So here's 5 rings, here's 8 rings, 9 rings, somewhere in here. And also put just a tiny bit of curl to kind of create a better angle. And you can see with what I'm doing power-wise. And there you can see perfect ball. Let's see how this comes in. Not quite enough curl. So you do want to create that nice angle. That rough is very angled. It feeds very much towards the left. So that's why you can see me kind of forcing the issue over towards the right-hand side. And as I mentioned, if you do have that capability to have a little bit more distance here, you'll see that you can land it very north on that fairway and just kind of backspin it into the center of the green somewhere. That's the way that I would really highly recommend doing it. As you can see, my drive wasn't quite good enough to get there. It still takes, requires a very, good level of execution to even pull it off. If you don't power it enough and use the wrong spin, you could potentially dump it in that bunker. It looks like this one's going to clip the rough here. You still have to be very precise with the way that you, execute that one. So definitely something to be thinking about. Here you can see where I am. And I'm just going to kind of play the edge of the cup. There shouldn't be that much wind effect, especially when you go up a hill like this. You can see that, there's going to be very, very little wind effect on something like this. So you almost want to hold the cup a little bit. Perfect ball. And able to catch, the left center of the cup there. So, you still give yourself a good, reasonable chance when you can get it up here towards the edge of the green somewhere. And what I recommend is, very similarly to how you see both of us playing, putting it just on the very front tip of the green and letting it roll out. You want to avoid especially that fairway. When you land on that fairway, you're really going to put yourself in a tricky situation. So, definitely something that you want to, be thinking about, and always be careful with the way that you go about setting up your land zone, as if you do land on that fringe or even the fairway there, it's a very angled surface, and you can have very mixed bounces. It could bounce to the left, it might go straight. Just something to really be considering. So good luck with that hole, guys, and catch you guys on the next tutorial.